Nigerian athletes over the weekend were on fire, smashing through every defense and obstacle like a wrecking ball. Victor Osimhen in Turkey, Lookman in Italy, Bolaji, Ejuke and Sadiq in Spain. Not just that, meanwhile, Mo Salah, he is aiming to become the highest goal-scoring overseas player in the Premier League. I have my man right here, Usman Mustafa, fantastic analyst, exceptional pundit, right here with me. How you doing, my G?
I'm fine.
Nice to be here.
And it's good to actually be live in the studio today, and I will look forward to this.
Okay, let's go straight to why we are here today. Let's start from the Premier League. We saw how Liverpool were amazing. Mo Salah is tied on goal with Kun Aguero. 184 goals for Kun Aguero, 184 goals for Mo Salah, and Thierry Henry making up the top three. Now looking at Mo Salah, he's just one goal away from breaking and setting another record as the highest overseas scoring player in the Premier League. Is he the greatest player ever to come out from Africa in the Premier League?
The greatest African player in the Premier League, I think he has a huge shout. Yes, absolutely. To a large extent, I think Mo Salah has proven himself to be an exceptional goal scorer. He's an effective forward player. Yeah, very effective because he knows how to get the goals. But you know, let's say in general perspective, as the best overseas player in the Premier League. Let's say, okay, the best forward in the Premier League, I do not really think so, because we've seen the likes of Thierry Henry, Sadio Kun Aguero, they've had their moments.
But he has goals more than that.
Yeah, but we do not really judge these things based on goals, because I do not think anyone considers Alan Shearer as the best player in Premier League history. That's why having the most goals, 260 goals in the Premier League history. And you know, when we talk about the best players in Premier League history, players like Eric Cantona with fewer than 120 goals gets counted. Wayne Rooney, who is the second top scorer in Premier League history, gets counted. Steven Gerrard, the Frank Lampards of this world, you mentioned them. They do not have the goals, but they brought much more than the goals into this game. For a player like Thierry Henry, is still considered the best player in Premier League history. He has the best goal-to-game ratio, and you know it shows that you have to you have to be exceptional, not just by goal scoring. You have to be very influential as well. I think that's where Thierry Henry comes in. As you know, a wide player, he could play in the middle, he could dribble, he could do much more, he could link up. Salah is on course of breaking the goal record and assist record this same season, but of course the previous was set by Thierry Henry, and we knew that he was a part of an invincible side who had a lot more to themselves. So you look at Thierry Henry, you look at what his side achieved. You know, I think he beats what Mo Salah is actually doing right now. You mentioned him being on par with Sergio Aguero, and you know, when you remember Aguero, everyone remembers the Aguero moment.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
90+5.
Yeah.
Scoring the winning goal.
Yeah.
So these players have iconic moments attached to them. And look at Mo Salah. I don't think Mo Salah has anyone. Good goal scorer, yes, but till this very moment, they still compare him to Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was very effective. You know, it was, an exceptional dribbler, knew how to create a lot of goals and, cause Lucas on his side. But he didn't score a lot of goals. But a lot of people out there still feel like Eden Hazard is a better player than Mo Salah.
But looking at Mo Salah right now, I'm talking about iconic moments. He has been amazing for Liverpool this season. Arne Slot has been singing his praises so well. And looking at what he has achieved this season, almost 44 goals, contribution plus assist for Mo Salah. Over 30 goals, over 10 assists for a single player. And you might say that's iconic. You might say that is impressive. You might say that's outstanding for a guy from Egypt, from Africa.
Yeah, I think that's quite outstanding. Like I mentioned, I say he's on course on breaking the Premier League goals and assist record set by Thierry Henry, who scored 31 and created 20 assists. There are a lot of players in the past who we expected should have broken this record individually. Ozil in the past, Kevin De Bruyne, but they didn't get to do that. But from a player like Mo Salah, I think he's on course on doing that.
Looking at Africa right now, we have Adebayo, we have Drogba who has played, we have Kolo Touré, Yaya Touré, we have fantastic, even Romelu Lualua played for in the Premier League.
And Yakubu as well.
We have Yakubu Igben, he played in the Premier League. Now looking at Mo Salah, looking at what he has done for Liverpool, is he the greatest African player to be exported out of Africa, beating Drogba and Emmanuel Adebayo, George Weah? Do you think so?
Without bias, I think he's a great goal scorer, like I mentioned earlier. And, for you being the best player from a part of the world, there are certain, criteria you need to tick. And I do not think he ticks all of these criteria. You look at Drogba, he's a big game player. Scoring almost all of the finals available. And you should see a man that, when things get tough,
he has presence in game.
He has presence. He knows how to turn the tide around.
Yeah.
Drogba has that. A player like Adebayo is decent, that's fine. But Samuel Eto'o might not really have a great Premier League presence, but everyone knows what he was capable of. He was in the Ballon d'Or podium. He won the Nations Cup, won the Champions League, back-to-back treble, 2 different teams as well. So we look at some of these players and we look at what they've achieved in their careers, and I think Mo Salah is up there. Is he outrightly the best player from the continent? I do not think so, but I think he has the best influence in the Premier League.
I don't think he's the best from the continent, according to my brother right here, Usman Mustafa. But for me, and for you out there, what do you think? Do you think Mo Salah is the best player coming out of Africa? Do you think Mo Salah can outsmash Kun Aguero and become the most outstanding overseas player in the history of the Premier League? So go to the comment section on YouTube, on across all social media platforms, and let's get talking. And on the next episode, I'm going to read out your comments right here on the Thrills on the PSN Network. Let's leave Mo Salah, let's leave the Premier League and come back home, because we have the Nigerian Professional Football League. We have Ikorodu City doing really well this season. Just a couple of days ago, they smashed, they defeated Lobby Stars 1-0. In the away fixtures for Lobby Stars, Lobby went away to Lagos State and they were defeated 4-2. That's how amazing Ikorodu City is. In the last 6 games, Ikorodu City have won 4, they've drawn 1, and they've lost 1. Do you think Ikorodu City can maintain this momentum all throughout the season? Do you think that Ikorodu City can go to the continent and do us proud?
I look at the Ikorodu City and I think, they've used the checkbook of the playbook of Remo Stars, and they are doing very well. I like them. The reason why it's even more impressive is because most of the players that are playing for Ikorodu City are actually having their debut Premier League campaigns ever.
They are the newcomers.
Young boys. I was reading just yesterday, the center defense pairing, we are 2 18-year-olds.
True that.
One of them actually has a pre-contract signed with Leeds United in England already, and it shows that having faith in young players who are very, very good is going to give you maximum result. And this is actually going to encourage more persons to actually invest in the Nigerian league. We are going to see a lot of private owners in the league right now. For Ikorodu City, they are having a great campaign, a good run. Their winger Adelani, of course, who has 9 goals for them, is having his debut in the top flight in Premier League. A lot of times you see teams promote and they sack almost all of their players, and they try to buy players from other teams in the league, and this has not been sustainable over time. I think that they do not learn.
Okay.
It has not been sustainable over time. For you to want to take your team to the next level, yes, experience is really important. You can bring 1 or 2 players from other teams to come join your league, but the core of your team that got promotion should be retained. They have something to play for. There is pride.
Okay, now looking at Ikorodu City, for instance, right now, let's look at their newcomers in the Premier League. We say the Nigerian Professional Football League is hard. The defense go hard on guys like that, and they have scored 40 goals. They are the only team, a newcomer in the Premier League, to score 40 goals. That goes to show you that when it comes to fluidity in play, Ikorodu City, amazing. When it comes to transition from defense to midfield to attack, those guys are 5-star. Now, what do you have to say is going well for Ikorodu City? Is it the management? Is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it all 3 put together?
I think it's the transparency in which the club is being run. I think that is basically why. The goal they scored yesterday, the centre back had the chance to shoot on goal, but what did he do? He squared through an open net. That is exactly how to show you how much love and unity they have in that side.
I think we can have that goal on the screen right now, because looking at that goal, he ran from his defense line
all the way,
ran all through into the final third of Lobby Stars, and Square played that ball and it was into the net.
Empty net.
But we need to say, Lobby Stars, by the way, what are you doing? Since they moved away from the Lafayette Township Stadium and moved to where they are right now, they have not won any game away from home. They have left the Apeku Stadium. Like I wrote in one of my pieces, that Lobby Stars, the former champions, are homeless as we speak. Billions of naira have been sent in to the Apeku Stadium and nothing has been done. I don't know what's going to happen to Lobby Stars, but for Ikorodu City being 3rd on the log, it's been amazing. Scoring 40 goals is outstanding, and in the last 6 games, they've been nothing but 5-star performance from the Lagos boys. They are showing swag and steez on the pitch of play.